Hey everyone, welcome to today's Facebook and YouTube Live. It has been a while since I have done a live video. I have missed everyone. We've had a lot going on in our home, and so there's so much to catch up on and vlogs to share. But I'm excited to be here. It has been a while since we've seen everybody. We've got people tuning in from all over the world, and you guys know how much I love you all. So anyway, let's just dive right on in here. Lots of questions came in from the DMs. People have said, we've missed you. It's been a while. Is everything okay? Yes, everything is just fine. We have just been so busy. And I feel like the older that my kids get, the more their needs change. And so I have just felt like I just needed time and space to just be with my family, celebrate my son's wedding, and just, all the good things that we do as mothers. So anyway, so much to catch up on, So I am excited to be with everybody. Chris is tuning in. Hi. And Lori's tuning in. Amy Hart says, hi. Wedding pictures were amazing. Amy Hart, you have been super busy. I've been noticing all the things you've been posting on Instagram as of late. And she is just a lovely mother too. So anyway, you can check her out on Instagram, Amy Hart. She's pretty cool. Lori Payne is just tuning in. Congratulations to becoming a mother-in-law. Honestly, it's kind of weird to say that out loud, but Tatum really does just fit right in with our family. And I loved her back before they were even engaged. She's just a darling girl. She's very smart, very intelligent. She's a hard worker. She is so good to my son, and I couldn't ask for a better daughter-in-law. She's wonderful. Karen says, I thought you quit YouTube. I'm so happy you're back on. I miss your family. No, we just took a pause. And I know that other creators will do this. They'll just take a break from social media for a while. And for me, honestly, editing my videos while having the kids at home during the month of July was just kind of a lot for me because my kids were just really busy, active. We were getting out of the house. We were swimming a lot. So I do need to catch up on like a summer wrap-up vlog, but we do have school that it is starting back up this next week. So school starts back up August 11th. Back to school night is tonight for Landon. So I'll be doing that. Back to school night for the quintuplets is tomorrow. So we have just been super busy, playing hard, doing all the things. Terry says, hey girl, hi from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Welcome. And Cindy's just tuned in. Raquel is tuning in from Harriman, Utah. Welcome. Amy is from New Jersey. Marie Danny is from Ontario, and she says, I love your beautiful family. Well, thank you. Bonnie's tuned in from New Hampshire. Let's see. We had a comment come in. Let's see if I can slow that down for a minute. On Facebook, they come in so fast, and I try and read them, but my screen is so small. Isabella asks, are you and Chad still together? I know I haven't shared much of him lately, and I'll be really honest with you guys about that. I was starting to open up and share a little bit more of just my relationship with Chad, and I actually had a whole vlog I had filmed where I got to spend time with his family. We went camping with his family, and they are wonderful people. But I have honestly just wanted him to take a break from social media too. I'm very protective of the people I love and care about. And there were a lot of unkind comments, and they were just really starting to bother me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to share that because some people are just mean. So I appreciate everyone that is so wonderful and kind to my family and kind to the people that I love and care about. I may share more about that later, but Chad and I, yes, we are still together and we are doing really well. So anyway, thank you for asking that question. Pam says, I've missed you. Can't wait to hear about the wedding and all the summer fun. I think sometimes it's just easier to share it visually. Julie says people suck. Yeah, some people do. I'm just going to be really honest about that. Some people are just so mean, and I can handle comments when they're bad about me. Like, I don't think, what I don't get is like why people would say that to someone. That's the thing that I just don't get. People are just mean sometimes, and they would never walk up to somebody on the street and just say the things that they would say online. And most of the time, like, I'll be honest with you guys, I've spent the last month blocking people, deleting comments that are just not kind or not uplifting. And I just feel like as women, we're primarily an audience of women that watch this channel. And I just feel like we can either build each other up or we can tear each other down. And I just think women need women and we need to build each other up. And I just feel like, like if you've ever had a bad day and somebody just smiles at you at the grocery store or the cashier says, you look really nice today. I like your shirt. It can change the trajectory. Is that the word? Of the rest of your day, just one simple act of kindness, and you never know how that affects somebody else. And I feel like the opposite is true as well. Like someone can say something so downright mean, so downright awful, and it can deeply affect another person. And I know I've experienced that on social media at times. And so I just needed a month to just spend time with my family. We had a lot going on, a lot of great things going on, and I just wanted to be more with my kids. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and being so patient as I have taken my time with even wanting to share, because I do have moments where I'm like, this is so hard sometimes. But anyway, I am back into the swing of things again. And I do have a lot of people asking, are you going to continue to vlog? Are you still going to share, moments with your family? And I am. I think it's going to be a lot easier with school starting back up this next week because the kids will be in school. And I don't know about you when you guys were raising your kids, or you young moms now, or women that are my age that are in the middle of raising your kids. Like some days it just requires everything you've got, every ounce of energy, just to take the kids to the pool, the amount of sunscreen and, kids that are fighting and arguing. And my boys just go at it sometimes. The girls are a little better, but I feel like the boys just are a lot more like physically active. And I have to get them out of the house, get their wiggles out, get their energy out so that they don't do it to each other. So I don't know if that's relatable to anyone, but trying to like vlog. I did vlog and film some of those things. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I do share a little bit more at times over on Instagram. It's jamie.scott. So you can um, head over there and check that out. Please be sure to follow us over there. And it's just, I share a lot more on there because I can edit it and get it posted a lot quicker sometimes. Whereas sitting down to edit a vlog just takes me longer. So okay, people are saying, yeah, somebody said, Michelle says, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. I agree. Bonnie says some people just need to get a life. True. I agree with that. And Amy says, totally understand. It's your job, and lots of moms will take time off of work during the summer, so it's no different for you. I guess I never really thought about that, but yeah, like I had the kids a lot during the month of July for my parenting time. And so I just was like trying to do both. And I was like, you know what? I just want to be with my kids. So we played, we swam, we did crafts, we ate good food, we went outside a lot, we went to parks. My kids have been starting to exercise more. So like we were getting up at like 7:30. This is kind of new for our family. And doing a scooter ride to a little park in the neighborhood that they just built like a few weeks ago, and like nobody's ever there. So my kids feel like they have an entire playground to themselves. And so that's been fun, just to see them want to participate. And I feel like I'm getting exercise now because that's really hard to work out when you got a bunch of kids. But anyway, yeah. And I know Amy, you and I have talked, Amy Hart, you and I have talked like, so Amy Hart was on a pretty big reality show years ago. And I was just talking to her about like how hard sometimes being out in the public eye is. And I think she knows better than a lot of people of like how hard that can be. And so sometimes you just want to like, I don't know, just like shut the world out. And so it's just nice to take a month and just have time with my family. Jennifer asked, are you still with your boyfriend? I am. He is such a wonderful, good man. Yeah, I have lots of questions asking about Chad. He's doing good. We are doing good. Our relationship is good. We have dated now through all the seasons. And I just love spending time with him. He is so good to my kids. He's very supportive. and just a wonderful person. I think some of my favorite qualities, he's very hardworking, he's very responsible, he's very caring. He's genuine. He's down to earth. He knows how to make me laugh, but he also knows how to push me. And when I'm having a rough day, he's like, you know what? It's just one day, and tomorrow it's going to be better. He reminds me a lot of my dad in a lot of ways. So there's just a lot of qualities that I just really admire about that good man. So for those that have been asking, he and I are still together. Um, Shauna says, raising children is the hardest job you will ever do. And Michelle Campbell says, I raised 5 boys and it is not easy. Um, Having boys is something else, and having boys with the same birthday is something else, and having quintuplets is something else. So Shaden and Landon and I, with Shaden's wedding, it's been a lot of memories that have come up, I think, for all of us with this season of change for us. And we've been talking a lot about the good memories we had as they were growing up. Shaden and Landon, you guys might not know this, but they had a very unusual relationship growing up. They didn't fight, they didn't argue. So having like more or less twin boys is like a totally different experience for me when it comes to parenting. Like my little boys will just duke it out and I'm like, what are you doing? Like Shannon and Landon were never like that. And it was probably because of infertility, the age gap. Shaden had waited a long time to have another sibling. So by the time Landon came along 5 years and 6 days later, like we didn't take it for granted. And they were just really, really close. I think the first time I heard them like argue, and they weren't even fighting. They were having a disagreement. I think Shaden was 10, Landon was 5, and I I overheard like Shaden disciplining Landon because he had been left to babysit for a little while I ran to the neighbor's house or something. And I overheard as I was coming back into the house, Shaden go, Landon, you got to listen to what I say. Like if you don't, I'm going to stick you in a timeout. And you don't want to go to timeout, but like he just was like so patient. And Landon has just always looked up to his brother and admired him so much. So anyway, that's a little bit nostalgia for you. But yeah, Logan and Lincoln, like now that they are 7 years old and they are physically active, like those boys have so much energy. Um, but anyway, yeah, we've been good. Lincoln and Logan are really into Pokemon collecting and cards and learning how to play the game. So that's been new. And then the girls are really into putting together outfits every day. So like I go into their room and they've changed their outfits until they found one that they really liked that was new for the day, a different outfit combination. So that's kind of been fun to see as they're developing and growing in that way of picking out their own outfits. They've been doing this for a while. Most days they don't like dressing alike, but some days they do. It just kind of depends on the girls and what they want to do. So yeah, it's interesting. Raising girls is so different than raising boys, and they really do have so much energy, that's kind of new. Um, Lori says your kids could always become park guides and take groups of little kids from one park to another. This is a suggestion for many years in the future. We have gone to just about every park here in St. George. We went to a new park. Did I share this on social media? I filmed it, but I didn't post it. We went to a new park over by Harmon's grocery store in Southern Utah, and my kids really liked it, except the downside of that park is there's no public restroom. So if your kids have to go like 5 minutes into getting there, I had to pack all the kids back into the car and go back to the grocery store to go use the restroom. So that's one thing I don't like about that park, but it was fun. Beth is tuning in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And Julie is tuning in from the UK and she says, love watching you guys. Thank you. We're so grateful. We've had so many wonderful and kind people over the years that have championed and cheered on our family. And boy, there were times when, as a mom, you just need kind people in your lives. I feel like we're all that way. So, it's been a while since we've gotten together on a Wednesday and done one of these live videos. But I have missed everybody. Karen says, love seeing the wedding photos. What a beautiful day. Let's talk about the wedding. Can we talk about the wedding? Shaden and Tatum, yes, they are young. We had a bunch of comments about that. You know, it's not that unusual on my side of the family. It's not a Mormon thing either. So little grandma, you guys have seen over the years, her family were not members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and they tended to marry younger. And so like my cousins and I, like we just, it wasn't that uncommon. But I do think that a couple can grow together in love and with their education. And those are things that I see in Shaden and Tatum. They have really great communication skills. They care deeply for one another and they want what's best for each other and they encourage each other and they push each other to be the very best person they can be. They're good, wonderful young adults, and I am just so happy for them. And they are on their honeymoon right now. We had a bunch of questions coming about that. They are in Long Beach, California, just spending time together and just, doing some fun things down there, probably eating good pizza, going to the beach, and just relaxing, which is great. So the wedding was beautiful. Tatum's mother and Tatum planned that wedding, and it was just beautiful from start to finish. Tatum has a wonderful family. She has two siblings, a younger brother and a younger sister. And the younger brother, Landon, got to know a little bit over this last month as they were helping in the yard. It was a backyard wedding and it was just beautiful. The parents had things catered from, let's see, I think it was Pasta Factory here in St. George. And so if you are in Southern Utah passing through, the Pizza Factory and the Pasta Factory are things that St. George is known for. Really great pasta, really great pizza. So they had pasta catered and breadsticks. The Quints loved that. I think we had a bunch of questions coming about the wedding. So let's skim through those. Um, Lori asked, though, are both Shaden and Tatum in college? And they were in separate colleges, correct? Yes. But Shaden just graduated with his associates from Wyoming. So he is transferring to Tatum School, UVU. They are now majoring in different things. I think a couple years back, she was wanting to major in something else, but now I think she's wanting to change that to business and marketing, which is awesome. So I'm like, if I have questions about social media, she'd probably know all about it. Okay, so let's dive into some of these questions. Noreen asks, will you still be vlogging? Let's cover that real quick. I know I had made a post about rebranding. That is still to come. That's still something that I am working on. We did do a photo shoot. I did one with Shaden and Tatum and Landon and the Quints because it was so hard to snag a picture, a new family picture. My original one, if you look at the top of my screen, both on YouTube and Facebook, it only shows Landon, me, and the Quints because Shaden was so far away in college, it was tricky to get him down and align a photo shoot with the photographer. So we finally got a photo shoot with everybody. So I am still working on rebranding. I will let you know as more information becomes available. Sherilyn asks, how was your summer? It was busy and I am grateful and excited for cooler weather. Next question, Margie asks, where are Shaden and Tatum going to live? So it used to be UVSC. UVU is in northern Utah in the Provo area. So they are going to be renting up there with more young adults that are around their age, getting their education in, working, all the good things as they grow together. And I think that's awesome. Gina Marie asked how many people were in the wedding, and the Quince outfits were so cute. Can we talk about the outfits? Like, can we talk about Tatum's dress? It was gorgeous. There were a lot of questions that came in about Tatum's dress, so we'll get to that here in just a minute. The quintuplets, the girls' outfits, they're pink. They were like a blush satin and lace dresses, are from Janie and Jack. Those exact dresses are on sale right now. So if you check out Janie and Jack, they're having tons of great clearance. And I'm noticing that they're changing the prices every single day. So some days they're more, and then some days they're less. Some days they have free shipping, some days they don't. So anyway, I love Janie and Jack. I think they have cute stuff. How many people were in the wedding? Shaden and Tatum had bridesmaids and groomsmen. The Quints were the flower girls and ring bearers. So it was it was a pretty good size of people participating in the wedding, but it was really a simple wedding, and it really was just about enjoying our time together as family coming together on both sides of the family. And I loved that they had dancing and they were songs where it was a wonderful wedding. I really loved the wedding. Okay, next question is from Kendra Lee. Where did Tatum get her gorgeous dress? Tatum got it here in Utah. I can't remember the place. It was like Sweetheart Bridal or Sweetwater Bridal, something like that. You'd have to Google. Um, but it was the first dress that she tried on and she loved it. And I thought she was just beautiful. Another comment, lots of comments about how beautiful Tatum was in her dress. Okay, next question is from Angelica. How do the quintuplets feel about their new sister? Congratulations. My girls are so excited because now we have 4 girls in our family and 4 boys. That's what the girls say. So they're just really excited now to have a big sister. They don't understand the term sister-in-law, but they understand what it's like to have a big sister, and they love Tatum. Dottie White says the kids really love dancing. You know, I didn't know that my little boys knew how to break dance. That was new. And I've got more videos I'll have to share in post because there were several photographers at the wedding that captured that. I didn't know Lincoln and Logan were into like breakdancing, and they were just like 100% in the moment themselves. And I loved seeing that. Okay, next question. Um, Augustus Green says, "Can you do a video where you celebrate weird and random holidays in August because there's no federal holidays in August?" I've never really thought about that. We celebrated Landon's birthday, so we had 2 birthdays and a wedding all in the same week last week. I don't know what we would celebrate, but it would be fun. Stephanie says, "Hi from Arizona. We've been around since you had the babies. Thank you for watching. So much has happened in the last 7.5 years. I look at my life before. I never would have imagined my life would look like this. It's full, it's messy, it's real, it's raw, it's honest. I hope that I'm able to share that. I feel like I'm a little more unfiltered on these live videos because you get how I really think and feel about stuff. Whereas, like, when it's in vlogs, it's like the best moments and sometimes the funniest moments of your life captured on film, put to music. But I do love these live videos because it's a little bit different. Sue asked, what was your favorite memory of their wedding day? Obviously, watching my son and his new bride exchange their vows was really, really sweet. But I had like snippets of favorite memories and moments. I think my favorite moment was, and they were kind of random, but I just felt so happy. Seeing Shaden see friends he hadn't seen for a couple years from our old neighborhood and seeing these grown young adult men and like just seeing them all together in a circle, just like chatting, catching up. Some of them served LDS Mormon missions in different places all over the world. So of course, like it's fun to hear them sharing, laughing, talking about the hard stuff, you know, the good stuff, celebrating all the milestones. It was just really sweet. And it just brought me back to when those boys were all playing soccer at like age 10 in our backyard. Like so many great memories. Vicky asked, did you cry? I didn't cry until a couple days ago. Like it hadn't really hit me that there's this shift. I didn't cry during the wedding. I didn't cry leading up to the wedding. I just feel like I've gained a wonderful daughter, my daughter-in-law Tatum, into our family. And so there was more reason to celebrate than to cry, but I think I was pretty tired. Um, with, you know, after everything was over and all of that. But it was wonderful. I think another favorite memory I had was dancing with Landon. They didn't have slow dancing at the wedding. It was like really fun, nostalgic, upbeat music that was on the playlist. And dancing with Landon just side by side, like that was fun. And watching the Quints dance and like not give a care in the world, which usually they're that way too anyway. And then just watching like these people come into the wedding and out of it, like people I hadn't seen for a really long time. It was just so much to celebrate. So I really did love that. Okay, next question. Shirley, where did Shaden and Tatum go on their honeymoon? They went to Long Beach, California, and they are at the beach, chilling, eating pizza, and having a great time. Okay, next question. I print all of these off. Can you guys see that? I cross out some of them sometimes because people ask the same questions. Shannon says, no question, but Tatum was a stunning, glowing bride. If you guys saw this picture, I think it was on my stories. There's a picture that the photographer captured of the way Shaden or the way Tatum is looking at Shaden at the very end when they go to head out for the honeymoon and get in the car. Like everybody had these little wands that glowed. And just the way they looked at each other was just so sweet and so genuine and just so pure. And I loved that. I love that about the relationship. Heather says, I've missed Wednesday lives. Glad to see you back. Well, thank you for tuning in. Okay. Jessica asks, are you back to school yet? And are you ready? I'm not. I am not. I didn't even do back to school shopping until today. So Rachel Wilkie had sent in, I think maybe it was the Quince birthdays last year, or she just sent a package. I can't remember, but you guys have been so generous over the years to our family, and I have just put away clothes until they fit the kids. So I am pulling out some of those clothes that she sent to our family a long time ago, and the boys are going to wear those for back to school. So I don't need to do back to school shopping for my boys besides shoes. My kids have all had a growth spurt, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Because I just bought how many pairs of shoes not too long ago, like sandals, church shoes, like all the things, and they have outgrown all of them so fast. So between back to school shopping, these next few days, I'm going to be busy. I really love Walmart. They have the best deals right now. I feel like the cutest shoes for $5 or $6. Amy asks, is Chad joining the live? No, he had to go. To school. Was Chad at the wedding? Yes, he was. An extended family were there. My former mother-in-law, father-in-law were there. I said hello to them. May says, I love your shirt. Thank you. I got this at Ross and it's in the petite section. It's like a cotton muslin fabric. And I've never worn anything of this material. It has like the cutest little flutter sleeve. And if you're Mormon, you wear garments. So like you can wear garments with it and it's cute and it's light and airy and breezy. And I love that for the summer. So thank you. Ross has had really great deals. We have 2 Ross locations here in St. George. I prefer the one that's next to Lowe's. They seem to have the best deals, and I can get like triples and twin outfits there cheaper, and they sell the exact same stuff as TJ Maxx. I was going to share with you guys though some of the things I purchased at TJ Maxx today because they are so cute. So as far as back to school shopping this year, as far as like being a mom on a budget, I have really, really tried to simplify. So usually, like I've always gotten my kids a new backpack, any of those things. But with 5 the same age, I'm like, why not use what we have and take good care of it and buy a little nicer, keep it a little bit longer? So last year, the girls got new backpacks and lunch boxes, and they still look great. And they're things that I can wash. They were from Pottery Barn, so they'll last us a couple years. The boys this year, however, need a new backpack. So I found backpacks from Zappos online. It's from the brand Herschel, I think, Herschel. They're really nice. And those will last us like I used to buy that brand for Shane and Lana. They'll last us for like 10 years. So they're really nice. I still need to get them lunch boxes though, and I feel like Target has really good deals. So I need to do those for the boys. And then for the girls, I'm just getting them a collection of like a few different outfits that they can make. But today I picked up a couple of dresses from TJ Maxx. They're so cute. You guys, I love TJ Maxx, and I will tell you why. They have great deals. Right now they have tons of clearance. You can also shop online at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. And if you spend, I think, over $89, you get free shipping. like, it is a game changer. I found the cutest shoes for myself for $15. They were Anne Klein. I'll show you. I'm wearing them actually. The cutest little sandals. They are for wide feet. They have arch support, and they were on clearance for $15. So I did an online order, and it came like a week later. So between going into the stores and then online shopping, that's kind of my favorite go-to. So I found the cutest little dress for the girls, and they come with the cutest little headbands. So this is from the brand Cynthia Rowley or Rowley, out of New York. It's so cute. I think, what does the tag say? 16.99. It's got some lining, so it's going to be a little fluffy. But I thought this was so cute for fall, and I like kind of that like peasant boho chic look because I feel like as far as clothing, it just lasts longer for my girls. But I thought this was so cute. And it has the sweetest little details on the bottom. I think this headband is so cute. Like I would even wear that. I think it would fit an adult. So I feel like you get two pieces um, for a really great deal. And then I saw this one and I immediately thought of Violet, and I know she's going to love it. So this is so cute. It's from the brand Joy Kids. And this brand, they sell women's clothing too that's super soft, super sensory friendly. I love that it comes with this little headband. It's so cute. It reminds me of something from Janie and Jack. It was, you guys, this is only $14.99. They have it in so many sizes. I love the little puff sleeves. I love how it's gathered. I love the little lace details, and I love the purple. It has a lining. And I think all of my girls could wear this for like the next year. So anyway, that's one little outfit I got. And then they have a brand in the women's section. I think the brand is called State, but they sell headbands, hair bows, clips. They're so cute. And I've been loving them, but my girls have been rating my hair stuff. And so I picked these up. This was a 2-pack, but they're so cute. The purple tulips with the gingham. And so this will match with both of those outfits. And then I also picked this up because this will look so cute with this outfit too. This is from the brand Capelli. But I know I can picture Daisy wearing that. She'd be so excited. So they can just make lots of different outfits. And one thing that just occurred to me is like one way I can save money is just buying accessories like hair bows, headbands, to use with what we already have. Just creative ways where the girls feel like they're wearing something new, and mixing in just a few basic shorts. Walmart's had really great deals on shorts. So anyway, that's kind of what I have been up to. And then I did get the girls new water bottles at TJ Maxx. And this is from the brand, I think it's called Hydra Peak. You can get these on Amazon, but they have all different patterns. I really love the bows. I think that's really trendy right now. And I think the girls will be excited. So they needed new water bottles. And then I bought the boys' water bottles. It was a 2-pack from Amazon. Um, Chris says JanSport backpacks are extremely durable. That's the brand that I used to use growing up because it was like cool to have the JanSport backpacks, and I have the JanSport backpacks, and I think the kids still love them nowadays too. Susan asked, when does school start? It starts next week on August 11th. The quintuplets are going into the 2nd grade. They have 4 teachers, I believe, for the school year. And Logan and Daisy this year are going to be in the same class. And then Lincoln gets to be with the same teacher that he had last year. She moved up to 2nd grade. So Lincoln's really excited. She had a baby last year, and so she was on maternity leave, and Lincoln missed her so much. So it's like all I can talk about is that teacher. He just loves her so much. So we are excited for the 2nd grade. Karen says, I only have Facebook and YouTube. Did you all vlog the wedding or just pics? Where can I see them, please? Okay, great question. Those are to come. Chad didn't come over yesterday. I had footage of that from the photographer, but I couldn't figure out how to download it to my phone and my computer so that I can share a snippet. I'll share with you guys like the bridal pictures. It was just so beautiful. But anyway, it is coming. It is coming. I just need to work on that. Okay, next question is, Dottie White. Dottie, I love you so much. I just feel like we're friends. If I saw you in the street, I'd know immediately who you are and probably just hug you. Dottie says, were there any humorous moments where the Quince did or said funny things? Okay, my favorite moment was the very end of the wedding when the bride and the groom get into their car and they're driving off for the honeymoon. Vivi waves her little like glowing wand because we all have these little wands, and she looks at me with tears in her eyes and she goes, "Mom, are we ever going to see Shaden again?" And I about died. I was like, Violet, you'll probably see him in like 6 or 7 days. But the cool thing is now that Shaden's married, you'll just see Tatum every time too. So she thought that like the sending off party, like you wouldn't see that person again. And so I just love what a sweet relationship she has with her older brother. She's always looked up to him. I think they both share that in common. Being an oldest sibling, even though Violet isn't the oldest of our family, if you study psychology, the birth order like resets, right? Like when there's an age gap in siblings. And so I think she identifies and feels like an oldest child, and she's very much a leader of the Quints. And so they've always just had a special bond, which is so sweet. Bonnie says, I'm only on Facebook and YouTube also. I will be sharing Bonnie on YouTube, the up and coming stuff of the wedding. Jennifer says, I only have one child going back to school this year. She is going into the 6th grade and she is so excited. 6th grade is a big deal. You feel somewhat grown up, especially in Southern Utah, because then you're at the intermediate school. You're not with the little kids anymore. So that's exciting. Jennifer, I think we've spoken before in town. We've run into each other a few times. Yeah, well wishes to you. 6th grade, that's a big deal. There's a lot that happens in the 6th grade of growing up for kids. Lisa is just tuning in. Hi, Lisa. And Amanda just joined us as well. Welcome. Okay, next question. Let's see. Betsy Smith asked, Shaden and Tatum stay in St. George or go to school somewhere? Is she in school? She is. Yeah, they're both majoring in different things. Shaden, now that he graduated with his associates, is transferring to the same school that Tatum is attending. So they'll be working, going to school, all the newlywed stuff. And I love that they each have several really good friends that are going to be up in the northern Utah area, in the Provo area. And so I love that they won't be like, not that they would be alone, but like they have a support system up there too of like other people that are newlyweds and friends that are going to school that are single so they can still get together and socialize. So I love that. Jennifer says, yes, we have. We know each other. Yeah. Yes, I've missed you. Shaden was working at Walmart for a while during the summer. Yeah, he loved working there. Okay. What grade are the kids going into? They're going into the 2nd grade. So yeah, any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. Any great deals you ladies have found as grandparents, aunts, mamas, like great deals, because I'm still going to be doing my back to school shopping, but it's going to be online. I'm really loving Amazon right now, Amazon shopping. Um, and then I bought a pair of pants at Nordstrom's. They were having a really good sale online. And their return policy was really cool because I hate buying myself pants. It's like worse than shoe shopping for me. But I thought, okay, I know this brand. It fits me like a glove. The pants came, they were way too big. And I was curious about the return policy. It was really simple. You just do it online and then you ship it through FedEx. It was like so simple. It wasn't intimidating at all. So hopefully I can still buy myself another pair of pants. I really like nowadays that the style is like oversized jeans, like where they're a little bit baggier and loose fitting. I feel like as a woman, like it's just going to be more comfortable than like the skinny fit, or I don't know even what it was called the last 10 years where that was more of the trend. Like I like comfortable clothes. I like oversized clothes. I like baggy clothes. So I love that there's more affordable options and stylish options for women that are coming out now. So anyway, so yeah, that and then Amazon returns. Like if you're in Southern Utah, the Amazon returns, I ordered myself a dress for the wedding, but that one was like too small sizing wise. And then I ordered a shirt and it was like too short. It was like a belly shirt. And I'm like, I'm too old for that. So Returns were really simple. You return them into Staples. But yeah, I'm more of a person that likes trying on clothes in the stores. I think my girls would actually be into that too, actually picking out their own outfits and trying it on in a store. But yeah, if you guys know any great deals going on for kids, like I love Target, Walmart, Children's Place. Um, Bonnie says, I have to try on clothes before I buy them. I'm that way too. Like I probably have what Logan and Daisy and Lannon and Shaden have, like sensory stuff where like it has to be soft. I don't like feeling tags or stitches. So they're making a lot more sensory friendly clothes. Like when I was a little girl, I would throw like temper tantrums because I didn't like how my clothes felt. And I remember my mom couldn't understand it. Like she didn't have a word for it. I was trying to explain to her. I remember at like age 3 trying to explain like it's itchy. And that was the only word I could think of. And what I was trying to explain was I could feel the stitches in my clothes and I could feel the tags and it just wasn't comfortable. And I'm still that way as an adult with my socks, with all my clothes. My boys are the same way. So luckily a lot of stores are coming out with sensory friendly clothing. Um, Karen Hayes asks, how was the wedding? It was beautiful. Delena asks, I didn't like the skinny jeans either. Why was that such a trend? Like, I really don't get like who decides what's cool and what's not cool and what they're going to sell in stores and what they're not. I just am really excited. I don't know that I like the barrel jeans. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, yes or no on that? I'm so short. Barrel jeans would just look silly on me. But I know that that's trendy. Like cargo jeans are back. I don't look good in cargo pants, but my boys love that style. But like what was old is new again. But I still like the classics from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, like things that are just timeless, never go out of style because I feel like then I can buy one item of clothing and it just lasts me longer. Karen says, barrel jeans. Yeah, I saw some young, cute, trendy girl at the soda shop today. She was wearing like the barrel jeans, and I was like, I don't think I could pull those off. Like, I would just look silly. Um, Lou says, I'm always disappointed with the way Amazon clothes fit. They're always off. I love the barrel jeans, she says, though. Okay, you must be able to pull them off. Like, I think I would like them because they seem more comfortable and more roomy. Um, Susan says, yes, we are wearing 80s and 90 jeans now, and I love it. I still need to get myself another pair of pants, and I'm so picky. I'm so picky. And my favorite brand is AG. I think it's called like Adriano Goldsmith or something. I don't know. I found them for $10 originally, and I had a gift card years ago, Downey's Clothing. And then I got hooked onto them, and now I'm like, they just fit in all the right places, but sometimes the sizing's a little different. Karen says, I'll keep my bell bottoms. 70s was my era. Bell bottoms are coming back. Like it's all in style again. And it's so weird to see the kids, like the teenage kids, wearing what I wore in high school. We called it grunge. I don't think the kids call it grunge anymore, but like flannel shirts, oversized, baggy, pajama pants, like that's all back in style again. I remember when we had our nannies and I didn't really get out of the house much. I didn't get outside very much, and they would come in wearing some of these new styles. And I didn't realize that's what the trends were, like Mary Jane shoes, Doc Martens, things that we wore way back in the day. It's like cool, and it's cool to go thrifting. It's cool to like wear graphic t-shirts that our parents wore. Hope says, I love Amazon dresses. I fit into the size smalls. That's good that you know what fits you. I really like Amazon's return policy. And I'm short, I'm petite, I'm 5'4". So as far as like how like the length on stuff, that's the thing that's my hang up is like you kind of have to be average size to pull a lot of those off. But I really love like the oversized clothes that are back in from the 90s that we wore, like jumpers are back in. Like heavy knit, chunky sweaters that are comfortable for the fall are making a comeback again. like comfort. I think post COVID, people and women just want to be comfortable. So I really do love that that's coming back with fashion. Bonnie Miller says, I just like comfortable fitting clothes. I don't care what brand I buy. That's good. Karen says, what's old is new again. Wait long enough and it's back in style. I know, it's like save things in your closet and it comes right back. Bloom says, hi from the Netherlands. Bless you all. Patty is from Bellingham. All this talk of jeans makes me thankful. I wear skirts and dresses all the time. So much more comfortable for me. I like wearing dresses and skirts, but I only like wearing them for like a couple hours and then I just want my shorts back on. But I wish I was more feminine in that way where I just wanted to wear dresses all day long because there's so many cute styles now that I consider a little more modest, I guess, that are just like comfortable and like age appropriate. I love that those are making a comeback as well. Karen says, I've been about comfort my whole life. If it happens to look good too, bonus. That's me. Like once I find something, I buy it in every color. I'm notorious for finding a t-shirt and then buying the exact same thing. Actually, I did that last week. I bought the same exact t-shirt in the same exact color. TJ Maxx had some good deals on t-shirts that are sensory friendly, tag free, and easy to wash. So I bought two of the exact same shirt. Um, their sizing is way off when he says I had to order 2 or 3 sizes different. Um, let's see. Comments are coming in super fast on Facebook, so I'm missing some of them. Let's see. Bonnie Miller says I'm only 5'1". Okay, so you're shorter than I am. So I don't know how you're able to do dresses because I feel like the maxi dresses I can't wear because I'm tripping and I don't really know how to sew. Midi dresses I can do, but I prefer like knee length dresses because they tend to fit me a little bit better. But I love that companies are coming out with like adjustable waist and more stretchy things. Like even this purple dress I was showing you, it's like adjustable in the back. And so it'll fit my girth longer, which I like. So you can stretch your dollar as a mom. Um, but we are excited. We're excited for back to school. We are excited that fall is coming. It is so hot in Southern Utah. It gets hot, it gets humid. It starts to get muggy the end of August. And I've always grown up in the desert between living in Phoenix, Arizona, Las Vegas, Nevada, and St. George, Utah. This time of year is monsoon season. And so we get these storms that come in, and I love it. I don't like the humidity, but I love the rain. I love the thunderstorms. It's comforting to me. It feels like a blanket, and it almost like I love just like pulling up the blinds late at night and watching the lightning and just feeling like the house shake. I don't know. I've always loved that. Um, Sue says try petite sizes from Talbot's and they have great sales. I'm 5 feet too. I think now that I'm older, um, I would be better off starting to shop in petites. I think Anne Klein sells petites, Talbots. I think I bought a dress from Chico's years ago that fit so great. Um, and Ross tends to sell things for petite women, which has actually been super helpful. Ash says, I love a good thunderstorm too. I don't know why I love it, but ever since I was a kid, like I love thunderstorms and I love how the earth just feels so clean after and like the sky is clear after. And I love like the red rock and like the muddy browns of Southern Utah. It's just, there's this smell of like the wet grass and the red dirt that I just love. And I know when I lived in Bellingham, Washington, that was the one thing I missed is seeing the wide open skies here and smelling the wet grass paired with red dirt. Like there's just something about that for me that I really love. Somebody says I really have a hard time finding dresses or skirts. They are just too long for me. It's tricky when you're petite. I think I would be okay if thunderstorm 24/7. I love thunderstorms. You're right. It's like a big hug and I just want to curl up. That's exactly how I feel. I just want to like snuggle and watch a show. And anyway, speaking of shows, my kids are at their dad's until Sunday night. And so this is kind of my week off, but I have Landon. He's hanging out with his cousin right now. So thank you, Aunt Katie, for watching him. The boys are hanging out, the cousins are hanging out. But I have been getting into watching different television shows, and this time of year is kind of nostalgic. I love watching Dan in Real Life. If you guys haven't seen that movie, it's really good. I recently watched a Carrie Russell Hallmark movie. I shared it on my stories on both Facebook and Instagram. What was the name of that show? It was so good. It was about this young woman that finds herself pregnant, and then she's set up into an arranged marriage, which was like such a foreign concept to me. So I'm always curious about storylines of things that are different than how I've lived my life. But it was this really sweet story of how she grows to love this person and how like patient and kind her new husband is, and how in the end I don't want to give it away, but in the end, like, she finds love again and she's content. If anybody remembers the name of that movie, I shared it and now I can't remember what it was called. It was so good and the costuming was beautiful. The storyline was good. It was a clean movie. I thought it might get spicy. It never did. I was shocked. Okay, Melissa says it's called The Magic of Ordinary Days. It's free on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. It was really good. It's something that you could watch with your family, with your kids in the room. It's kind of slow moving, so kids wouldn't enjoy it, but it's clean. But I loved it. It was so good. The Magic of Ordinary Days with Carrie Russell. Susan says, I took your advice and loved it. It was so good. I actually saw it years ago. I saw a little clip on TV, but I had no idea who this actress was. She was stunning and the costuming was beautiful. And I was like, one day I'm going to find that movie. I never figured out what it was until like an ad popped up on YouTube to watch it, and it was so good. I always love watching Poldark. It's a masterpiece classic this time of year. Have any of you gals watched Poldark? Like, can I say that on here? Like, the guy's really good looking. He's really fine. So as you get into the storyline, the first episode or two is kind of slow moving, but it's a timepiece from like I think the 1700s. My favorite character though is the character Demelza. She has so much strength, and it's amazing to watch the storyline of this young poor girl and how her life changes and how her character remains so good, whether she has very little or she has a lot. No matter what she's blessed with, she's just goodness and she's love and she's light. And anyway, it's really good. If you want to watch a really good series, I can't remember how many seasons. It's based on a book series that came out. It is so good. Tina Marie says, The Notebook is my favorite movie. I love The Notebook. It does get a little spicy. I love the love story. I love the costuming and the wardrobes that they pick. Um I love it. There's another movie that that same author wrote, and it's about these two neighbors. I think she's studying to become a doctor. That's a really good one too. I don't want to ruin the plot for anybody. If you guys know what movie I'm talking about, it's really good. Um, it's about these two people that end up in the summertime, like they don't like each other first, and they each have dogs, and they find out like their dogs are gonna have babies, and then they like have to get along or something, but they end up falling in love, and then she gets hit by a car. Do you guys know that movie? I can't think of what it is, but it's so good. I've watched it long or something, but they end up falling in love, and then she gets hit by a car. Do you guys know that movie? I can't think of what it is, but it's so good. I've watched that one a couple times. Karen says, I love The Notebook. It's an awesome movie. Um, Melissa says, Loving Leah is another great one. Loving Leah, where do you watch that? I'm going to write that down so I can watch it. Loving Leah. Leah. Is it a Hallmark? Can you watch it on Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu? Where do you go to watch that film? Um, let's see. And then I started watching, it's super trendy right now. This song is number one on the pop charts as far as bands. It's not even a real band. K-pop Demon Hunters. My girls wanted to watch it. It's this cartoon that's like a Korean K-pop. So it's got music, it's got singing, it has a plot and a storyline. I started watching that with Landon, and I'm a grown adult, and I was like, this is catchy. So if you look up the song Golden right now, on music, let's see, I have somebody texting me right now. If you look it up on like Apple Music, it's number one on the charts right now. Golden, it's from that movie, and it's a very uplifting I need to know the name of the Neighbor movie is what Kayla says. Okay, I will post it in stories. It's so good. Okay, the only other clue I can think of is the actress was in a movie called, I think, Young Blood. It's like a vampire movie, and it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet movie. She's beautiful. She's from Australia. She's really thin. She's really pretty. What is the name of that? It's from the same creator as The Notebook. It's so good. Okay, Loving Leah. Okay, I'm trying to think of what that movie was. I'll share it in my stories. That's just a note to self that I need to share that. But it's so good, and I don't wanna give away the plot, but I can't remember The Choice. I think that's what it's called. The Choice. So look up The Choice. It's from the same author. Last guy is Sparks, right? The author's name is Sparks. It's so good. Um Life with the Jenkins. She says, I know it's easier said than done, but don't let the people that suck on social media determine your happiness. Chad is absolutely amazing. He makes you happy, and that's all that matters. I absolutely agree. He's wonderful. Jennifer Young says, I've thought about watching that. I wasn't going to let my kids watch the K pop movie because I thought it might be a little inappropriate if there was like a storyline like too teenager-ish with like love interests. I wasn't sure. I've only watched like 45 minutes of it, so I don't really know. But I think my kids so far would be able. Um, Sorry guys. For some reason I had poor reception over here on Facebook. Yeah, Nicholas Sparks is the author of that. When did you change the name of your vlog site? Is Linda's question. So I mentioned this before. We are going through a rebranding process from Five to Love, and we're working on changing the name to Jamie Scott Quintuplets. That's a name that wasn't taken, and it's something that people can search my name and the quintuplets and they can find us easily. But if you're already on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, you already know where we're at. Susan says, I love Nicholas Sparks. Safe Haven is my favorite, and Dear John, my second. Oh my gosh, those movies are so good. I almost thought about naming Violet Savannah from that movie. Um, like Nicholas Sparks has really good books. Safe Haven is a really, really good book, and I think it really sheds light on what some women, go through. And it was something that I didn't understand until a friend of mine was like, "You need to watch this movie. It's like really helpful to understand what my friend had gone through." And I was like, wow, that must have been really hard. Anyway, it's really good. And I love who's the main actress in Safe Haven. I love her. She's this petite, blonde, amazing dancer. She was on Dancing with the Stars. Like, I really think she's just darling. I didn't know she was an actress. I thought she did a great job in that film. Um, let's see. Somebody else said, I had trouble finding it too all of a sudden the other day, and I could not find the YouTube channel. So make sure you have liked and subscribed so you know when there are new vlogs coming up, new content. I'm starting to put together reels and then cross-posting them to YouTube as I'm getting the hang of that. And with the Quints getting back into school, getting into the back, getting back into the swing of things, it'll just be easier. Julianne Hough is the name of that actress. She's a dancer, she's a singer. She's just very talented and she's hardworking. I think she is just beautiful to watch as a dancer. Um, but yeah, like anyway, we're just watching some good movies over here at my house. If you guys have any suggestions on good movies to watch, like a good date night film, a good watch, or a good movie that Landon and I could watch that's age appropriate, fun, like the Divergent series we really like, Hunger Games series we've really liked. You can leave them in the comments because I'll be looking through these again. Renee says K-pop Demon Hunters was good and she was surprised. Got to watch it with my cousin and his family when I went to visit them. Like my teenage son, it's like cool right now amongst all the teenagers because the music is so catchy. It's filmed in a very quick format. It exposes kids to Korean culture in a way, which I really love. Marty says Amanda Seyfried was really good. I love that actress too. I really want to watch Mamma Mia again. Sometimes I go on these sprees where I want to watch the same actress. We watched Freaky Friday with the Quints the other day, and it's so nice watching things that are not cartoons now that they're getting older. We're just starting to get into that. But I'm excited for the new Freaky Friday movie coming out with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis. I saw Jamie Lee Curtis in real life once. She is such a beautiful lady. She was a lot taller than I expected. I was at a birthday party with my friend and we were walking past the Bellagio Hotel and she was getting out of a vehicle and she was just very graceful and poised and she just smiled like it was something she did all the time, but she was a very beautiful person. Jennifer says, I can't wait for the second Freaky Friday. I love like when they bring back nostalgic movies from my teenage years, my childhood, and then you get to watch them with your kids. It's just kind of a cool experience. Stephanie says, they're making a Mamma Mia 3. Are they really? I love music from ABBA. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Stephanie says, I'm waiting for that to come out as well. I don't know that it's ever going to be as good as the first movie. It was really sweet. And then I go on these Lindsay Lohan, where I want to watch The Parent Trap with my girls because it's such a cute movie as well. Bonnie says all of our movie theaters have closed up. Well, darn. Okay, I've heard two people talking about this. The Cowboy Way series. What, Irma, what is that about? I haven't even heard of that show. Um, Jennifer says her son works at the theaters and she's hoping he'll come and take me. It sounds like a good movie. Okay, I'm going to write down the Cowboy, what is it called? The Cowboy Way series. That sounds good. Lots of people are talking about how much they loved ABBA. Freaky Friday, can't wait. My kids love the cake pop movie thing. It actually was pretty good. I love it. Love it. Father of the Bride 3. There's a Father of the Bride 3 coming up. I did not know that. That's exciting. I'm excited if that's true. Family time is the best. You're doing an amazing job, Jamie. Stephanie says, yeah, Father of the Bride 3. Okay, well, that's exciting. I love um, the main gal in Father of the Bride. She was hosting a TV show called Farmer Wants a Wife. That was really cute. I actually loved watching that. Any documentaries, I love watching shows like that, but it's that time of year where the kids go back to school. I can pick up a good book and watch a good series as the weather starts to change. So I'm excited. I'm excited for fall and all the things coming. This, you guys, was a longer Facebook and YouTube live, but it has been a while. I have missed you all. There was a lot of catching up to do, a lot of good, wonderful, busy, messy, chaotic things happened during the month of July, where I just wanted to enjoy the last of summer, be with my kids. And oh, Tina says, This Is Us. I watched that series. It was good. I couldn't watch it while I was pregnant, though. There was no way. But I did watch it finally, and it's really, really good. Sullivan's Crossing is another really good one, is what Patty says. Mary's excited for Freaker Friday. Mary says, ABBA is the best. The cowboy movie is about three cowboys. They follow from Alabama. It's really good. Well, I like me a good cowboy, so that's probably a show I would watch. Somebody talked about Sabrina Carpenter. Let me see if I can go back to comments. Sabrina Carpenter is supposed to be Amanda Seyfried's daughter in Mamma Mia 3. Well, that sounds like a good movie. She's cute and she's had a lot of good catchy songs come out. Karen says the Rick and Kevin Hart are absolutely hilarious. And Bonnie says, I loved Father of the Bride 1 and 2. Chris says, Holiday in the Wild is a cute one. Susan says, yes, Sullivan's Crossing is so good. Netflix has the first 2 seasons. I'm going to write that one down. And then my sister talked about a movie that I've got to watch. I think it's on Netflix. It has the word Oxford in it, and it's like a romance film. I kind of want to watch that one. Something about Oxford, about this young girl going to grad school, attending Oxford. I watched the trailer last night and Landon was like, no way, Mom, I'm not watching that with you. So anyway, I'm excited to watch that. But yeah, we are doing good over at the Scott household. Sweet Magnolias. I did like watching that film. That was or series. It was really good. Heart of Dixie is another one that I know some people like. I never okay, the Ox, Lori says the Oxford something. Karen says Jumanji is a good one. Delana asks, how old is Lana now? He just turned 15. Okay, Amanda says it's called My Oxford Year. So I want to watch that one. It's a PG-13. It looks like it's going to be a clean film. And the main actress in that was also in the film Purple Hearts. I did like that movie. It did get a little spicy at times, but I still thought it was pretty clean. And it was a sweet love story. So I did like that one. Um, Libby says The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix is a good one. Renee says Straw on Netflix. Great movie, not kid friendly. That's good to know because some movies I don't want to watch when my kids are in the room. And my kids really don't like kissing. So that's kind of funny. Heartland on Netflix is another one that somebody is saying. And Bonnie says, it was so good to have you back. I go through these moments where I'm like, I just sometimes just don't want to do social media because sometimes people are just so darn mean. And like I said before, as people, we can either build each other up and encourage each other to be the best versions of ourselves, or we can tear each other down. And I feel in this world, I'm not getting into politics at all, but I feel like even in politics and what's going on in social media and what's going on in the world, people just want to tear each other down, and I'm just not into that. So I like keeping this a clean space. If your comments are mean, if your comments are mean to each other, if you're picking a fight, we call that trolling. I'm going to delete you and I'm going to block you now. I'm just going to say this. Probably everybody that's watching this right now, you guys are all cool. It's the people 24 hours later or a week later that think, oh, I'm just going to pick a fight because I'm bored in my personal life. Like, I just won't have it anymore. And I know I'm going to get a little fiery here, but I get to create this social media platform. I want a clean space that's family friendly where we can come together once a week, cheer each other on as women. If you're going through something hard, know that you can take a break and just come to a safe place. And that's what I want. That's what I want for my kids. Like, I'll just have people know. I mean, they're blocked now, so they're not going to read their comments. But if you say mean things, even about my older sons, they're now old enough to read what people post on social media, and it affects how they feel. And so I'm just going to put that out there. Just good things only. If you have a single mom in your neighborhood, don't be judgy, just be loving and say, you're amazing, you're awesome. And I have received so much kindness over the years from amazing women like you. I feel like women can do amazing things when they work together, when they're kind, when they champion each other. And instead of judging, you can just say, you're doing great, keep going. And it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to have a hard day. It's okay that you're struggling. I'm here for you. And it's not just words, but like, let me drop you off a meal. You just had a baby. You're going through a hard time. Let me give you a hug without giving critiques, without being judgmental. Just wish someone well. Stephanie says The Life List on Netflix. I think I watched that movie. It was really good. So, anyway, I hope, moving into this next week, we can uplift each other, not just on social media, but in like the real world, in our communities where we live. I hope we can just be kind. I feel like the world needs a whole lot more of that. And this brand new school year, as people are asking my kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? I hope more than anything, my kids just want to be kind. There's a lot of things that they could be in life, and they can be anything they want to be in this world. I just want my kids to be kind. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for loving my family. More great things to come. And I will get working on my next content to share with you guys. Thanks for catching up. Love you guys. We'll see you soon.